Peter's confession. Why in Caesarea Philippi? In Caesarea Philippi, Peter confessed that Jesus is the Messiah. Why does the place matter? Stay with me and watch the entire video, and you will discover fascinating insights about this strategic location, Caesarea Philippi. I'm Father Feroz Fernandes, and thank you for clicking on this video, watching my other videos. And if you're new here, I extend my warm welcome to you, and those of you who have been part of this channel, thank you for your support. And if any of you have not yet subscribed, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, press the notification bell, and for all of you, give me a like, comments, interact with me online, suggest some of the topics that you want me to do videos about. I'll appreciate that. And without wasting time, let us go ahead and see why the place Caesarea Philippi matters. Caesarea Philippi was a strategic place. It was a battleground for opposing forces like good and evil. In our times, we would call such a place as a sin city. Caesarea Philippi offered relaxation, beauty, and hedonistic pleasures. And this Caesarea Philippi stood in a sharp contrast to the Jewish moral, religious, and socially strict culture. So the disciples, very fact that they are there, they felt out of place. And Jesus going to this place would be regarded as Jesus going to a forbidden city. Although the city provided a lots of attraction to the tourist, it had a dark side. It was a place of pagan worship and political power. Herod the Great built a temple to worship Caesar. And after Herod's death, his son named the city as Caesarea Philippi. A temple for pagan god Pan was carved on the cliffs of the city of Caesarea Philippi. Pan, the lone surviving fertility god, was famous for its sexual exploits. The temple was called as Gates of Hades. So what were the disciples thinking when Jesus said to Peter, "You are the rock, and the gates of Hades will not prevail against you"? The gates of Hades was regarded as an abode of the dead and a metaphor for the demonic. It was believed that the gates of Hades prevented those who were inside to get out and those who were outside to break in. Stay with me, this is amazing. In a way, Jesus' resurrection will break the gates of Hades, break the bonds of death, and offer us hope that the dead will rise again. In an immediate sense, gates of Hades elevate the call of the disciples. The disciples are no longer working to continue the Jewish tradition, but they are expected to break into the enemy territory and rescue those living in darkness, those beyond the gates of Hades. In simple words, Peter's confession and Jesus' revelation as a Messiah creates a divergence from continuing the Jewish traditions to embracing the universal mission to proclaim the gospel to the nation. You get it? This place is so fundamental because it creates this whole big divergence to that Jesus was a savior of the world. So Peter's confession is in a place that is opposed to Jesus' teaching. Yet Jesus stood in the face of evil to confirm his superiority over the forces of darkness. It is a misconception that Peter was the first to confess that Jesus is the Messiah. Remember, Nathanael had already confessed that Jesus is the Son of God in the Gospel of John. It was in Caesarea Philippi the issue of Jesus' identity is firmly established in the minds of the disciples. How does Jesus do it? By asking the disciples, "Who do people say the Son of Man is?" The title Son of Man is very important to reveal the identity of the Messiah. And therefore, Jesus chose to reveal his identity in a Gentile territory. Now the Son of Man does not have any of the militaristic connotation of the Messiah. The Jewish expectation was a Messiah would come, raise up an army, drive out the Romans, and re-establish the Davidic kingdom. Jesus is shattering all these expectations in Caesarea Philippi. It is a new type of Messiah that is calling for a universal mission to save people from darkness, and even the gates of Hades cannot stop it. Jesus used two modes of escape: a silent place to pray and a noisy place like Caesarea Philippi to reveal his identity. In both these cases, Jesus is avoiding undue attention and criticism to focus on his mission. Sometimes we may be into our drawing rooms of prayer, but there is no avoidance of reality. Caesarea Philippi was a glimpse of the opposing reality to come. And like the disciples, we have to face it. What is modern day Caesarea Philippi? People still continue to struggle with the same sins of our ancestors. They may have modern names like internet pornography, materialism, self indulgence, greed. All these sins take us away from God. We need to visit the Caesarea Philippi of our soul. It is a dark place into our spiritual landscape that threatens us to draw us into the gates of Hades. So, like the disciples, we are commissioned to shine like light where people are falling into the gates of Hades, into darkness. Remember, the disciples did not celebrate because they were in darkness. We are called to storm the gates of Hades with the transforming power of the gospel. Let your and my faith confession lead us on a mission to evangelize modern day Caesarea Philippi. Thank you for staying with me and watching the entire video. I appreciate your time, and your support allows us to promote the gospel, to storm the gates of Hades. And if you have not subscribed, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, press the notification bell, give me a like, and share, interact with me online through comments. And I invite you to share my videos if you like with your friends and family. That would be another big contribution to support and promote the gospel. Once again, God's blessing, and see you in the next video.